Birmingham City elementary schools may become accredited, but not without the necessary funds. At 3:30 today, the Birmingham Board of Education will consider a recommendation made that a resolution be adopted requesting the county commission to call an election on March 25th for the purpose of securing a 5 mil property tax increase. That increase would be the necessary funds used to establish accreditation of the elementary schools here in Birmingham. Myrna Gunn reporting for WVOK News.
Alabama state troopers report that one person was killed on Alabama highways yesterday and that a total of 10 people lost their lives, all on Alabama highways this past weekend. And from Anniston, Alabama, Police Captain Ray Thomas says city jail inmates have been accustomed to eating better behind bars than they may have eaten at home. The prisoners are not settling quite right now for a new menu that substitutes peanut butter, cheese, and beans for pork chops and steak. One prisoner says the jail population has come close to rioting for a return to the old menu. And by trimming the luxuries from the menu, city officials were able to trim $1,100 from the grocery bill at the Anniston jail. And their new menu have the stamp of approval from nutrition experts. And Captain Thomas says prisoners are entitled to plenty of good, wholesome food, unquote, but he says they should not be able to eat like hotel guests, unquote. Alabama power officials were busy early today draining water from the reservoir behind Jordan Dam after a crack appeared in the 225-foot kilowatt Bolden Dam. And that hydroelectric generating plant had to be taken out of service early this morning, but officials say that there was never any danger to the Wetumpka area. Despite the release of water, the level in the reservoir never went above normal high flow conditions. Meanwhile, an inspection of the backup cooling system at Brownsville Ferry Nuclear Plant in North Alabama shows that TVA authority is free of cracks or flaws, and a second unit in the same plant is due for a close look on Wednesday. The Public Service Commission scheduled a new round of hearings on Alabama Power Company's rate structure, methods of financing, and projections of demand. The only woman on the commission, Mrs. Juanita McDaniel, issued weekend warnings, however, that reopening those hearings could open the door to even higher electric rates in Alabama. She says the rates could be forced up if demand is shown to be greater than or even as great as a utility forecast. The Public Service Commission granted a $54 million rate hike, which is now being collected. And Commissioners Kenneth Hammond and Jim Ziegler say that they want to determine if construction permits should be revoked for a dozen new Alabama power projects planned to meet growing demand. Lawmakers at Montgomery say that they plan to introduce a package of insurance consumer protection laws in the next session. And probate judges say over the weekend that they are confused about their authority to conduct the sanity hearings ordered for 3,000 patients committed involuntarily to the state's mental hospitals. Judge Wiley Hickman of Etowah County says that probate judges may not have the authority to hold hearings outside county lines. The state has approximately 120 days left to meet a federal court order on those hearings. And Alabama's Medical Association will conduct a one-day conference later this month to help the sparsely populated towns in the state to recruit new doctors. Alabama Senator John Sparkman says he does not agree with the current Washington opinion that Congress and Secretary of State Dr. Henry Kissinger are at odds over Kissinger's peace-making missions. Stock market that was down is now up slightly, 1.88. 30 Dow Industrials, the reading just in, 710.03. A lot of sad news in the Birmingham and Jefferson County area over the weekend. Here's a recap with Myrna Gunn.
During what witnesses called a family dispute, a 22-year-old man opened fire with a rifle inside a home where he, his wife, 4 sister-in-laws, and his mother-in-law, Mrs. Willie B. Henderson of 538 41st Street North, had been arguing. Mrs. Henderson was killed in that shooting spree, and police are looking for the son-in-law, 22-year-old Henry A. Page of 7539 64th Courtway South, in connection with that shooting death that occurred late Friday night. Death also erupted from an argument Saturday afternoon, that one over the past sale of an automobile. 54-year-old L.C. Brazell of 1230 25th Street North was shot in the heart. Police have charged with first-degree murder 51-year-old J.D. Cash of 1619 16th Street North. The incident marked an end to a long-standing feud. In downtown Birmingham, the body of 69-year-old Ray Ferguson of Decatur was found frozen to death behind a construction wall in the 400 block of 20th Street North Saturday morning. Police say Ferguson apparently fell asleep from too much drinking and died sometime Friday. Myrna Gunn reporting for WVOK News.
Thank you, Myrna. Total WVOK weather. The brand new forecast just in reads mostly cloudy and warmer this afternoon through Tuesday. A chance of rain tonight and tomorrow. So the rain will come in earlier. Those clouds will bring in the rain. Winds will be southeasterly 8 to 14, becoming southerly tonight, with a high this afternoon near 50 after overnight lows in the mid-20s this morning and in the high teens up in extreme North Alabama. Low tonight will be near 40 for Birmingham, and the high tomorrow in the low 60s. He's raised that probability of rain now for 30% tomorrow, and there was no rain earlier. Now we have 30% probability of rain late this afternoon or tonight. The weather, very cloudy outside, 43 in Birmingham with 62% relative humidity. It's 49 down at Mobile. It's 44 degrees on Rainbow Drive in Gadsden, 43 degrees at Decatur, and oddly enough, Montgomery is the coolest spot in the state where it is 40 degrees. The relative humidity is 76%, and it's partly sunny, partly cloudy. Once again, Birmingham has 43 degrees, very cloudy. The wind's out of the south at 12 miles per hour. You can get your winds just about anywhere you want. In Mobile, it's coming out of the north-northeast at 4. At Decatur, it's coming straight out of the south at 12, and down at Montgomery, it's coming out of the northwest at 8 miles per hour. Well, again, 43 in Birmingham. It's delightful, a little cloudy, 62% humidity, 9 past 11, total news and weather. Joe Rumore reporting. Bernie Fagan doing all the production work since 11 o'clock. Good job, girl. Thank you. Bet y'all said, what production work? Man, you've been flicking more switches and playing more tapes there. Have to raise his pay. I can see